Hey guys, and welcome back to another 5-minute hot take episode of Disgustingly Easy, where I give you the lesson in 5 minutes or less. Today's hot take: household money is not his money. Let's stop playing pretend. If you are home raising kids, managing school admin, doing life laundry, organizing birthdays, tracking groceries, remembering the GP appointments, buying the socks that magically evaporate, emotionally regulating everyone in the house, including the grown man who's had a hard day, you are working. You might not bring in a pay slip, but you are holding up the entire scaffolding of that family. Globally, women perform around 75% of all unpaid care and domestic work. 3/4. This is not a cute imbalance. This is structural. In heterosexual households, even when both partners work full time, women still do the majority of the housework and the childcare. And in Australia, same story. The gender pay gap at home is alive and well. Now, here is what I want to talk about today and where I get spicy, because I hear from mums all the time who say, I'd love to, but I can't afford a coach right now because I'm not working. I just can't justify it at the gym because I'm not working. Meanwhile, their husbands have golf memberships and craft beer subscriptions and new technology and weekends away and fishing rods with fucking names. They have more than one golf club. Why do you need more than one golf club? And these same women are asking for money to buy new underwear. New underwear. That is not a budgeting issue. That is a power imbalance issue. Your unpaid labor is the reason he gets to earn an income. And remember, even if you didn't have a family and you didn't have children to provide for, he would still need to have a job, right? You manage the home so he can manage the job. You carry the mental load so he can clock off. You sacrifice sleep, space, time, career progression, identity, financial security, and in many cases, your physical health. Without that infrastructure, his income wouldn't function. So if household money exists, I want you to consider, and I'm going to be so bold as to say that that is your money too. Not as a favor, not as an allowance, as equity. And we need to zoom out on this for a second because we are watching the return of trad wife culture right now. Soft lighting, sourdough starters, submission dressed up as empowerment. It is not random. None of this is random. It rises alongside the hypermasculine politics, alongside fascist ideology that benefit from women being smaller, quieter, obedient, and economically dependent. There is an active cultural push towards women being meek, skinny, fragile, pleasant, grateful, and in service. And more overprivileged white male podcast bros like fucking Chris fucking Griffin are out here saying they don't want their women to work unless she wants to work, as if that's benevolent, as if that's progressive, with absolutely no awareness of what happens when women are cut off from financial independence. You discourage economic autonomy. You shrink her options. You shrink her exits. You shrink her bargaining power. You shrink long-term safety. Look, I don't want to work either. That's why I created the long game. I built something that gives me freedom and a lifestyle and creative control, but I still have superannuation. I still have a retirement plan. I still have an income in my own name that services me whether I am married or not. It's not anti-love. It's grown up. It's making grown up choices, because loving partnership does not require financial dependence. And choosing to stay home, if that's what you want to do, should not require economic vulnerability. We need to be aware of the cultural messaging, and we need to do better, because performing domesticity is not the issue. Loving your family is not the issue. Economic disempowerment is. If you choose to stay home, incredible. But that choice must not mean surrendering your financial security. It must not mean asking permission to exist comfortably in your own life. And again, talk about the luxury argument. Movement is not a luxury. Strength is not indulgent. Being fit and well is not cute self-care fluff. If you are the primary caregiver, your health is a cornerstone asset. What happens when you go down? If you burn out, if you get injured, if chronic illness creeps in because you've not been able to support your body for years, the cost of being unfit and unwell is not just emotional, it is financial. Healthcare, time off work, reduced earning potential, increased dependency, long-term treatment, therapy, medication, prevention is not just better than a cure, it is cheaper than a collapse. And strength training, therapy, coaching, Pilates, whatever you do for you is preventative infrastructure for your family. You are allowed to invest in it. Actually, let me say this in a stronger way. Your household should prioritize it more than a golf membership. Because when you are regulated, strong, resourced, and supported, the entire ecosystem runs better. You're not taking money. You're reallocating shared resources towards the engine that keeps the whole ship moving. And if anyone in your home can have hobbies or gym memberships, social time, or discretionary spending, that must also include you. Not after everyone else, not when things are less busy, because the narrative that mums are martyrs while men are hobbyists is tired. You do not need to apologize for wanting support. You do not need to whisper about wanting a coach or get into fitness. And you absolutely do not need permission to take care of a body that carries the load of an entire family. So yes, play this episode to your husband, send it to your girlfriends, have the conversations, because this is not about gym fees or coaching fees. This is not about investing in a personal trainer. This is about your inherent value. And if you have been undervaluing yourself inside your own home, we're not doing that anymore. Okay? And of course, remember, when nothing is certain, anything is possible. You've got this, and I've got you.